Mr. Portsman? He's dead. He's dead. I hope you don't mind taking the blame for this, Your Honor. Nothing personal, just part of the plan, if you would. Who are you? That doesn't matter. What does matter is some mistakes were made, and they had to be cleaned up. It isn't personal, I assure you. Why me? What have I ever done to you? Your Honor, you've done nothing wrong to me at all. You've preserved the beauty that is the justice system for countless years. And justice is something I very much enjoy. And it plays in my favor anyhow. Now, unless you wish to end up like that poor idiot on the couch behind you, I suggest you stay in this room. Have I made myself clear? Crystal. Good. Well, I'll see you. No, never again, actually. Enjoy your time in prison.
After the elevator incident, well, you already know the rest.
Yeah, I remember. That's when Manny took over.
Much to my dismay.
You know, I've been thinking about looking into your dad's old case files. See if there was anything interesting we could look at one day.
I don't see why.
Mr. Edgeworth, sir!
What is it, Detective?
Sir, it's awful. I can't believe this is happening.
What's happening?
What's wrong?
There was,
Spit it out, Detective!
There was a murder at the courthouse. There's cops all over the place. It looks ugly.
What?
I'm not sure what to do. We have to help.
Right. Mr. Shields, I suppose we will have to resume this conversation another time.
You don't have to tell me twice.
So, it appears our dear Mr. Portsman paid the ultimate price.
No kidding, sir.
Who would do such a thing? In the courthouse, no less.
Hold it! I believe I can answer that question.
It appears as though where there is blood, sharks will gather. I take it you've placed yourself in charge of the investigation, Franziska.
That is correct. Von Karma's job is to take charge perfectly and with vigor.
Von Karma, you say?
'Tis a name that strikes fear into the hearts of all foolish attorneys. Much like yourself, Mr. Shields.
I see my reputation precedes me, as does yours.
I digress. I presume you know why I'm here?
I have my suspicions.
Well, I'm here to indict a murderer, Miles Edgeworth. Quite the unexpected murderer at that.
Unexpected murderer?
We have already found plenty of incriminating evidence against him. All we need to do now is take everything we have to trial, where he will be put away.
You sound confident. Who is the accused, anyway?
I'll let them introduce themselves. Bring him in.
You can't be serious.
Come now, Miles Edgeworth. I'm always serious. The accused is the man you see before you.
No way!
Ah, the cries of desperation, ones I've longed to hear. We have more than enough evidence to arrest this tired old man, as I said before. This bag of bones is your murderer. Believe it or not.
Your evidence must be rock solid if you intend to arrest someone whose whole life has been dedicated to the legal system.
Oh, doubt me, Miles Edgeworth? Very well. I will play your game, though you are fighting a battle long lost.
Oh, I can assure you, this battle is only just beginning.
First of all, we have the foolish judge's cloak coated in the victim's blood, stained in a bright red. The murder weapon also has our culprit's prints on them. Furthermore, we have the security footage from that night. It clearly shows the judge as the only man in the room during the murder, standing above the victim's body after his deed. It's an open and shut case, one that not even you can deny, Miles Edgeworth.
I won't deny it, Franziska. It seems like you've really done your research on this one.
A von Karma always does their research.
Well then, perhaps I should fact-check your findings. Hold it! All judges wear the same kind of cloak, correct?
Miles Edgeworth. While all judges do wear the same style of cloak, each judge has their own set of cloaks, each with their own specific ID tags. And the tag on this cloak displays our fair judge's ID number.
I see. Hold it! I don't believe we know what the murder weapon is yet.
It was, of course, this knife, riddled with the victim's blood and our old man's prints.
And I presume this old man's prints are the only ones you found on the weapon?
Of course! We have experts in this very room who can tell you that the prints match perfectly. There are no mistakes.
Hold it! Can you explain what the footage shows, in detail?
It shows the man standing in the room over the victim's body, of course. And they were the only people in the room at the time.
You're absolutely certain of that?
100% certain, you fool! If I wasn't sure, I wouldn't be using this footage as evidence, now would I?
I believe that is all I need to know. Thank you for your time, Franziska. If it's all right with you, I'll take a look around myself.
You're welcome to look all you'd like. However, this investigation will get you nowhere. Like swimming up a waterfall.
Challenge accepted, Miss von Karma. Mr. Shields, Mr. Gumshoe, let us begin the investigation!
So what should we investigate first, sir?
Naturally, we should examine the body first. Perhaps something was overlooked by the investigators.
Excellent idea, Edgy. It looks like he was stabbed in the stomach. Just once was enough to do the trick, I guess.
I won't rest until I've inspected every suspicious-looking nook and cranny. A standard stab wound. There doesn't appear to be anything of note here.
Does the murder weapon match, sir?
It would seem so. What is this? It smells like nail polish.
Now, I'm not one to judge, but I like to think that's not his thing.
I can't seem to find the nail polish bottle anywhere on him, sir. I don't think it's his.
I didn't think it was either. I'll make a note of this now before I forget.
Man, these couches have popped up all over the courthouse lately.
Much nicer than the air mattress I sleep on at home.
I still don't understand why they made such a change. I was perfectly fine with the leather-bound chairs we used to have.
Didn't know you were so picky about your seatage, Edgy boy.
We all have our preferences, Mr. Shields. It just so happens that my preference is any semblance of comfort.
You know, I just thought of something.
And what is that?
Aren't these rooms supposed to have guards posted in them? Like, at all times? Why wasn't there one in this room during the murder?
Hey, Ray's right, pal.
Miss von Karma, if I may have a moment.
What is it now, Miles Edgeworth? Giving up already?
No, merely a question. Unless you feel you cannot answer it.
Who Who do you take me for? I'm a von Karma. Any question you have, I can answer.
Do you know the name of the guard stationed here at the time of the murder?
Well, it was a... Mr. Mike Meekins.
Well, that explains why there was no guard on duty.
Must we bring him in?
I suppose if we want to find out the truth, then... yes, we must.
I admire your bravery, Miles Edgeworth. You deserve credit for that. You, officer,
Yes, Miss Von Karma.
bring in Meekins.
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Meekins!
I am not whoever you were speaking of. I am the lovable Blue Badger, here to spread the absolute joy that is the court system.
Meekins, take off the badger head this instant, or so help me, I'll see to it that your salary is halved!
Oh man, oh man, oh man.
Where did you get that ridiculous suit anyhow?
I found it in the back supply closet. Please don't be mad at me.
A shining example of our glorious police force as usual. Anyway, Mr. Meekins, you were the guard on duty at the time of the murder, correct?
Maybe?
I need a straight answer, Mr. Meekins.
Well, maybe I was there.
Mr. Meekins, were you there or not?
I was here. I was the man. Don't fire me, please.
Now, did you see anything or didn't you? If you didn't, then tell us and stop wasting our time.
Objection! I will have you know I was on full watch. Nothing can escape my eagle eyes. I saw every single motion, heard every breath. I could see a pin drop.
Very well, then. Let us pray your testimony is as acute as your vision.
Of course! Well, that night, I was standing by the door like I was supposed to. Then, Mr. Portsman came in with his lawyer. After all, his trial was in just a few minutes. They talked about the trial and the lawyer left. Soon the judge came in and I saw the whole thing. The judge beat Mr. Portsman over the head with his gavel until he succumbed to the cold, dark embrace of death. And that's how it happened. You see? Nothing out of the ordinary. Just a good old-fashioned murder, sir. Please let me go.
I'm afraid I cannot do that. There is something about your piece of this puzzle that just doesn't fit.
Please make it quick.
Hold it!
Is this your normal post?
Yes, this is my room. I guard it like I would my own child, sir. If I had one. I may be considered a single man, but in truth, I am married to the justice system.
Of course you are. Continue, please.
Hold it!
Who was his lawyer?
I'm not entirely sure, sir. He was in and out quick. I didn't really give a good look at him.
Yes. Well, continue.
Objection!
Mr. Meekins.
Sir, yes, sir!
I'm disappointed. That testimony was more akin to a mole's eyesight than that of an eagle.
What? What does that mean? I scored a 20/20 on the vision test. Give or take a few points.
Not only does security footage show that you were never in the room, but the autopsy report states that Mr. Portsman's cause of death is completely different as well.
Oh!
We know you weren't in there, Meekins, plain and simple. Now tell us where you really were.
I mean, I was, you know,
Mr. Meekins, answer me immediately!
I was outside getting a candy bar from the vending machine!
You were what?
How could you abandon your post for food, pal? That makes the police department look bad.
I'm sorry!
Meekins, tell us exactly what you were doing and what you saw that night.
Well, I left the waiting room because I got hungry. I went to the vending machine to get a snack, but it wouldn't give me the candy bar I paid for. While I was trying to get my snack, I heard noises coming from inside. I rushed back in and I found Mr. Portsman and the judge. I ran and reported what I saw, but...
You mean there was another person at the crime scene?
I would say so. Please don't cut my salary, sir. I just forgot that part, I swear.
If I recall, something else suggests the existence of a third party at the crime scene as well. Taking into account both the testimony of Mr. Meekins and the unexplained patch of nail polish, there is a high probability of a third party connected to Mr. Portsman, and potentially his death.
Who do you think it was, Mr. Edgeworth?
I'm not sure. Your Honor?
Yes?
Please tell us all that you remember from last night. It may shed some light on suspicions I've had for a while now.
Of course. Anything to help the investigation. It was after a recent trial that I was heading home for the day. While I was walking past this waiting room, I heard some sounds coming from the inside. I poked my head inside and found Mr. Portsman lying dead on the couch. I walked over to check on him when I heard something behind me. A man had me at gunpoint and told me he had fabricated evidence to blame me. I know it's hard to believe, but that's the truth.
Held at gunpoint and fabricated evidence. That is quite the pickle.
Indeed, please believe me, I would never kill anyone.
If what you say is true, then we aren't dealing with an ordinary criminal. This person knows exactly what he's doing, to a deadly precision. He likely had everything planned from the start. Franziska?
What is it now, Miles Edgeworth?
Let me see all the evidence you have. If my logic is sound, it could turn this entire case on its head.